Our phone number, because I was accused of saying it too fast yesterday, and they're right, is 877-937-1047. You can call us right now. Everybody's here. We'll pick up the phone. You can also text us. You text JJ and R, and then whatever you want to say to the number 96893. Now, we got a text. It says, John T. and Rich, I'm 36 years old. I just had my second total hip replacement.
Oh.
I had my right side done in February, and I'm recovering from the left side. I'm at home bored. Text me back something. So I text him back. Then I thought, just call him. I wonder, at 36 years old, how you get your hip replaced. So I called, right? So I called and got the voicemail message. He didn't pick up. But then I just asked Nick to call him again because I want you to hear the voicemail message. It was very cool. Check this out. Hopefully he picks up, but...
Hello?
Ah, Jonathan. Jonathan. Hey, it's John T. and Rich. Hey, I got your text.
Yes. Yeah, lucky me. That's my life.
Well, wait, before we get into what happened to your hips, your voicemail was awesome. What, was that Hawaiian?
Oh, yes, that is.
He does a whole thing all in Hawaiian. He goes, aloha. And then can you say what you said really quick on your voicemail?
No, because I don't have Google Translate in front of me.
I was impressed. All right, so how are you 36 years old? How are you 36 years old and had your hips replaced twice? What happened?
So I have a condition called avascular necrosis. And I've had it, I don't know how long I've had it, but I realized back in December they found out. Back in about October of last year, I found myself, I was limping a lot on my right side. And so, I kind of attributed it to like pulling a muscle or nothing that serious. So December comes around and I told my wife it was getting really bad. I was using a cane at work and everything. And I'm like, this is more than just this is more than just a pulled muscle or something. So long story short, had an MRI done. Right before Christmas, about 2 days after Christmas, I found out I had avascular necrosis, and he told me, he said, it's to the point where you have to have it replaced, but unfortunately, I hate to tell you, your left side is showing the same side.
Dang.
Oh, that's a
Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I know this girl. She's my yoga teacher, Bree. She's had her hip replaced. She's 36 years old twice, and it's like she's better than she ever was before. She's like superhuman.
Well, right on. Let's hope for that for you,
Jonathan. Stay
Jonathan.
positive, Jonathan.
Oh, yeah,
stay
okay.
positive.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, you got bionic
I don't feel
hips
so
now.
bad.
Yeah, start doing yoga right now, man.
You got them
Yeah,
both.
I'm
You
gonna
got them both replaced. There's no reason you can't be jumping over buildings soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought I was the only 36-year-old that had two hips replaced, so I'm kind of jealous.
I'm right
Look up on
behind
my
you,
Instagram.
Jonathan. I'm right there, too.
Well, you're going to have your hip
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been told that I'll have a hip replacement by the time I'm at least 40.
and you're 25.
Okay, don't
26.
put it off. Don't put it off. It's my get it done.
It's
Well,
not a
Jonathan,
competition,
turn on the
Peyton.
radio
It is a
and
competition
thank you for
always.
listening and thank you for texting us, brother. Peyton, explain to us why you're at your grandma's house.
Well, my grandma's out of town. She's one of 10. And her and her
Jeez.
siblings, every year, they go on some type of excursion, type of trip out of the state
Well,
or
that's
out of the
cool.
country.
All of them?
Yeah, well, all the ones that are still alive.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And then, so my boyfriend and I, Kadeem, we live about 10 minutes away from my grandma. So she asked us if we wanted a house sit, and I was like, duh. Of course I want a house sit and be in your beautiful, gorgeous home. And so I am living so big right now, you guys. It's amazing.
Yeah, like what she got that you don't have in your apartment that you're like, yes.
A steam shower.
Let's go.
A custom steam shower. She has one of those fancy beds that you can push all the buttons and it vibrates and it brings you up to where you don't snore. She has this gorgeous pool, beautiful backyard. I'm just loving it. But there's one thing that I have become obsessed with, and it's her bidet. She has a bidet.
Oh my gosh.
Obsessed with it. Like you
you're
sit on it
using
too
it?
long.
Yeah, like I'm like purposely low key eating a lot of fiber, so I have to go to the bathroom so I can use her bidet. And it's great. I'm living so large. I've had the best sleep I've had in
You
5
remind me
years.
of like Annie, the play, the movie. Like you're in this. I think I'm gonna like it here. You're walking around this big house.
Totally. So I'm thriving right now. It's been pretty great.
You know what's funny? There's a video going viral of people, men and women, trying a bidet for the first time. Now, if you don't know how you describe a bidet, Peyton,
It's cold. Well,
Well, can you make it?
it's like a toilet. It's like a toilet.
It's like a toilet, and then after you go to the bathroom, it like squirts water out. So it's like you don't really have to use toilet paper. You know,
Right.
it's like that. It just keeps you fresh and clean.
Right here, I have this audio I like to play.
It seems like an unnecessary, splashy car wash experience for your bum.
Is there an on button?
Crank up on it.
Just crank it?
Yeah.
Oh man, here we go. Wait.
This is like a nice little shower without taking a shower.
The accuracy is pinpoint.
I didn't know you could warm the water up too. That's a nice little touch.
I feel like I need a towel to wipe, not even tissues, because everything's sopping wet. I feel like I gave birth to 18 water balloons.
Does that describe it?
It totally describes it, but I need to know how to warm up the water because it is like a jump shock every time.
Is it a separate thing or is it part of the toilet?
It's part of the toilet. She's fancy.
Yeah, that's
I'm surprised she doesn't have a urinal in one of the other bathrooms. She lives so big. And all it does is just motivate me to put more money in my pocket and save more.
Yeah, that's the plan.
I'm I just want to, every time we walk in the house, we're just one day.
That's awesome.
You gotta have goals, man. Write down your goals.
Yeah.
Bidet.
In all caps.
John, Jane, Rich, before we get to 3 things you need to know, got a text here. Because Peyton was talking about staying at her grandma's house, and her grandma's got a bidet. Tell Peyton they sell bidets on Amazon for $30. Very easy to connect.
Okay.
All right, so you can text us. You text JJR, whatever you want to say, to the number 96893. Kyle and Fug, what are 3 things we need to know?
This weekend is Labor Day. TSA says if you're traveling, just be prepared for cancellations and delays. There's so many people traveling, it's just bound to happen. If you're hitting the road and you're driving, they say the worst time to drive on Thursday is going to be between 1 in the afternoon to 7:30 at night. On Friday, between 2 and 6 p.m., and you're going to want to avoid driving between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. on Saturday. Those are the worst times to drive. They say if you're traveling, there's 3 things you need to remember. Leave early, watch the weather, and be kind to those helping you get to and from your destination.
It's supposed to be way hot in the Midwest and storms and all that, so those flights are going to get delayed.
So my wife is a big tennis fan, and there's a huge tennis thing going on right now called the U.S. Open, and she's watching every day, and she goes, I was talking about life is about experiences. I go, it's not about money and buying things, it's about experiences. She goes, let's just go to the U.S. Open. It's in New York. She goes, go to the U.S. Open. I go, whoa. Let me rephrase that. Life is about experiences that I enjoy. I don't want to sit through a tennis thing. And then I was like, it's Labor Day. Everyone's traveling. You don't want to travel. So I'm so glad you said this story because now I'm going to make sure she listens to this on the podcast. We don't want to go anywhere on Labor Day weekend.
I didn't say don't travel. I just said leave early, watch the weather.
Prepare for delay.
Yeah. So this is a crazy and kind of freaky story. The former MLB pitcher Greg Swindell issued a statement on Facebook yesterday asking for the public's help in finding his missing daughter, Brenna, single mother of 3. She went missing in the Austin area and hasn't been heard from by her friends, family, and most importantly, her children haven't heard from her. Greg Swindell actually helped the Diamondbacks win the 2001 World Series. So, it's pretty concerning because he said her boyfriend has been in trouble with the law, not a good dude, possibly assaulted her in the past too. So you can just Google her name, Brenda Swindell, and if you know anything, definitely you can help the situation. They did a study and they found if you wake and bake all the time, you may suffer from anxiety. It's not the wake and bake causing the anxiety, though. It's anxiety that you may or may not realize you have. Generally, they say people who wake and bake do so to cope with social anxiety, may also be linked to coping with or managing demands associated with school or work. Just know that they have found prolonged use of marijuana, if you will. It's not great for you. And there are other ways of coping. That's all. And that's 3 things you need to know.
Peyton Whitmore, what's the vibe for horoscopes today?
Well, today is National Just Because Day, so I'm going to tell you what you should do today just because.
877-937-1047. Call us right now. Get on the air and get your sign read. I got this, where is it? Hold on here. It says, it was a text about them being a Virgo too. They share their birthday with me and Beyonce.
Hey.
Zoe, what's your sign?
A Virgo.
Okay, just like John Jay. All right, Zoe, this is what you got to do today for Just Because Day. Organize your sock drawer, clean out your phone gallery just because it's been bothering you, and find joy in the little things. Today is the perfect excuse to satisfy your inner neat freak. So go and clean your room today, Zoe.
Okay.
Have a great day, Virgo.
She's like, okay.
Like,
What's up,
fine.
Juan? Juan, what's your sign?
Hey, I'm a Capricorn.
Capricorns, for National Just Because Day, set a random goal, like learning how to juggle or something. I don't know. Do it just because you can. You're secretly loving that idea of a challenge with no purpose other than to prove that you can just do it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks,
No
Juan.
problem. Grant's a Capricorn, too, so I feel like just because, Grant, you should really start to get...
Guys, I'm going to take off. I got to learn to juggle. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
That would be a nice thing to add to your repertoire.
I would think that you would know how to juggle already.
I do know how to juggle.
Okay.
No big deal. No big deal.
You didn't have a job at a circus? That's the one place he hasn't had a job.
No, not yet. Be optimistic, guys.
He's going to do it just because it's National Just Because Day.
Good morning, Brienne. What's your sign?
Good morning. Aries.
Okay, Aries, today is your day to just say why not to every impulse. Buy that random thing on Amazon. Start a new hobby just because. No one can stop you when you are in full send mode.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. What about for Kyle, Libra?
Kyle, my Libra, compliment a stranger today or buy your friend a coffee just because. Spreading good vibes is your thing. Balance is key, and today it's all about making someone else's day brighter. No reason required.
Ooh, I love that one.
Yeah,
I'm going to do all of the above.
Please do. Go have your love up moment. I'm here for it today.
Yeah.
How about for Rich, the Pisces?
Rich, my Pisces, you need to go write a random poem or just paint something abstract just because it feels right, Rich. Your creativity is off the charts today, and honestly, who needs a reason to express himself? Not you.
That's right. Gonna make it happen. Gonna write poems.
You better, because I said so.
What about for you, painting Leos?
Leos, just post that fire selfie for no reason other than to remind everybody that we are the main character. I know we're in Virgo season, but we still are the it girl. We are vibing with the idea that life doesn't need a reason to be fabulous. It just is.
All right. And the vibe was National Just Because Day.
What day is it? You are not going to believe this.
What?
Today is National Just Because Day.
I believe it.
National Just Because Day.
Just because.
Just because.
Just because. Just because. Say what? What does that even mean?
Today is the day to do things without rhyme or reason.
What? Just because of that?
Just because of that.
Happy National Just Because Day.
It's just because. It's showtime.
So if we missed your sign, you can get it on our website, johnjayandrich.com. Just because. Now, if you haven't checked out our Love Pup collab with State 48, head to our Instagram right now. Brand new Love Pup shirts. They're awesome. You can find them at state48.com. In fact, they sold 200 so far.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, they're going crazy. So and it's a pre-sale. And then they'll be available at all their stores and stuff and at the airport and stuff. So go to state48.com. All proceeds go to saving dogs. John Jay and Rich. Sexy back. Justin Timberlake. He was just here. Yeah, what the hell? What was that? Was that me? That wasn't me. That was you.
No, I don't have any. No, it just stopped over here. That wasn't me.
I thought that was you, Josh.
That wasn't me.
I thought it was you. I was wondering why it was so loud.
You guys got a lot of buttons over there.
Justin Timberlake is
I honestly have no idea
intruding.
what was
It
coming
was
from.
not me. This is me here, but it's not loud
Go
enough. That's me.
Weird.
And I hadn't pressed it yet.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever. Anyway, you can text us. You text JJR and your message to 96893. I was going to tell you guys really quick. My son, Kemp, he lives in Hawaii. He plays basketball in Hawaii, right? And my wife just got back from taking him there with my son, Jake. And she called me from there at one point because his apartment was just riddled with cockroaches. Everywhere. Right? Like my wife's like, you turn on the lights, you see them scattered. You open up a drawer and they're running out of the drawer. Right?
That's the worst.
So I call, Cam here. He's the owner of Green Mango Pest Control here. And I said, hey, I need a pest control in Honolulu for my son. Who do you got? He's like, I don't know anybody over there. And I was like, dang, man. So I went to call the iHeart people in Honolulu and say, hey, you got any clients there? And they're like, no, we do use this one company though. So I called my wife and said, here's the name of the company. And she goes, you know what? Kemp doesn't want to deal with it right now. I'm like, gross. And I go, just get it done. And she's like, I think this is one of those life lessons he needs to learn himself and get it. So yesterday we talked to him. He's been killing roaches with Raid like every day.
That's disgusting.
He's like, I think I got them all.
There's no way. They come out
back.
and
They're laying eggs in places. Why can't he? Is it in the same place that he's been for the last whatever.
Yeah.
So he can't just move out. I would want to get out of there.
Roach Slayer.
Just she's just like, I just want to just learn his own life lesson. But it's like, he goes, he thinks he has them all. But I think, like, whenever you see roaches, there's probably 10 times that behind the scenes.
Oh my gosh, how does he sleep? Like, I would just be worried they'd be crawling all over me.
Utensils and everything.
Because roaches are like, aren't they like some of the most dirtiest bugs out there? Like
disease carrying.
gross.
Speaking of roaches, Kyle, what's going on with you in groceries?
That doesn't have anything to do with roaches, I hope. So we each have, like, jobs in our family. Scott takes care of certain things. I take care of certain things. This is my job to get the groceries, and I usually do it every Saturday. I aim to order the groceries on our Walmart delivery because it's very convenient on Saturday so that they come on Sunday and we can prep for the week, and it's just more convenient that way. But 9 times out of 10, I don't remember to order the groceries until we're laying in bed Saturday night. And Saturday, I always say, is like our only day to sort of live like a normal schedule. So Saturdays is like the night. If we go to bed late, it's that day. And so generally speaking, I'm usually in bed around 11:30 p.m. And I usually go to bed at like 8. So that's very late for me. And I'm like, I have to get the groceries. So I'll hop on the Walmart app, but I'll be really tired at the same time. And the cool thing about the Walmart app is when you go on there, you can go into your past deliveries and you can reorder certain items. Mm-hmm. So that's where I usually go, and I'll be dozing off, and then I'll go, I need to get this, and this, and then I'll doze off, and I'll be, and then I'll finally order it, right? And whenever I do that, the next day, Scott always goes, "Why did you order this?" And I go, "I didn't order that." And sure enough, I look on the order, and I did order it.
Like what?
Well, now we have like 5 jars of pickles. And Scott's like, "I don't need any more pickles. I have enough pickles." I'm like, "I didn't order you more pickles." Well, there's a jar of pickles there. It's nothing like super out of the ordinary because I'm ordering off of that reorder item. But yeah, I think we have like 8 cans of black beans because for some reason while I'm sleeping, I'm thinking I'm going to make something that has black beans in it.
That's funny.
I'm not really sure. But I fear that at one point I'll be ordering when I'm sleepy and I'll go off the beaten track and I'll go into the actual Walmart app and who knows what's going to arrive.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing you don't drink.
Right?
Like if you were doing that.
I know. It feels like drunken purchases when it happens though, literally every time. And oftentimes, like, there's multiples of things that I don't usually get multiples of. Like, why do we need 8 packs of butter? Well, I was sleepy last night, so at least it won't go bad
It's very
anytime soon.
similar to going to the grocery store with a teenager. Like, I'd be like, if I go to the grocery store with my wife and my son Dutch, and when we were putting the things on the conveyor belt, I'm like, what's this? What are these Takis or what are this weird cheeses, whatever? And Blake's not there. She's doing something, picking up something. I'll be like, well, I guess she wanted it. And then we get home. I find out it was Dutch to put it in there. Happens all the time, especially with cereal and weird stuff. But I don't know what she's got planned.
Right, maybe for a recipe or something like that.
Yeah, it's very, very strange.
So you're going to have a black bean and butter pickle casserole coming up.
I'm going to have to. I don't want the food to go to waste.
Yeah.
You know what? Someone just told me this yesterday. Somebody actually made them yesterday. I didn't want to try one. I tried one a long time ago, but she made Sophia. She's the receptionist at the gym I go to. She made brownies with black beans.
I could make lots of brownies.
Yeah, it's like a healthy version of brownies somehow.
That
That's the protein.
delicious.
They were fantastic. They're fantastic.
Ooh, can I call Sophia and ask for the recipe?
Yeah. So I have like salt and pepper hair on the sides, my sideburns, right? And I used to diet a lot. And I was with a buddy of mine 6 months ago or so. My friend Brad. You guys met Brad.
Yeah.
Right? And he goes, dude, stop dyeing your hair. It looks terrible. You can tell when you dye your hair. So I was like, all right. So I just be natural. So I just let my hair. This is the natural hair. I started this podcast a year ago with my doctor, the Doctor and the DJ podcast. And we had enough in the bank. Now we're going to start dropping podcasts every couple of weeks. They're pretty cool podcasts with doctors and biohackers and stuff like that. And the first one is with this, the former Phoenix Suns sports psychiatrist. We did the interview with her. She was the team psychiatrist. And yesterday I was at the gym working out. This guy comes over to me and says, hey, I watched your podcast. I go, thanks. He goes, you look really good, man. And I was like, oh, thanks, man. I go, that was a year ago when I filmed it. And I'm looking at they keep dropping new clips of the podcast. And my hair was dyed. but in this thing. So I'm like, do I go back? Like, I like that. You know what I mean? Like, do I go back? Like, I'm getting compliments on my look from a year ago.
Yeah.
No one said to me in 6 months, I really like your gray hair. So I was going to throw it to the room, especially Kyle. Dye my hair or keep it gray?
I say do whatever makes you feel
I hate
better.
when you say that.
Because that's the way I feel. If
But
you
it's like-
feel like you like how you look better with dyed hair, go for it.
It's not really how I look. It's like I said, I don't like shaving and I don't like dyeing my hair. So, you know what I mean?
Don't like shaving, you don't like dyeing your hair. Because if you had the beard, you could do like what Eminem does and, do just for men in it. Because that is not his beard
But
color.
that's a lot of work.
It's
I don't
a
want
lot.
to work on my face.
My mom went full gray like 10 years ago, maybe. She used to dye her hair like all types of vibrant different colors and stuff like that. And as soon as she let herself go full gray, full natural, I swear she looks 10 years younger. And she gets compliments all the time.
I don't know if it's I'm looking for younger or just looking good.
Right.
Like the
Well, she
compliment I
looks,
got was like,
she
you look
looks
good.
great. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
she's 10 years
Anyways,
younger. Yeah. She's great.
Just throwing out there, our text line, you text JJR and whatever you want to say to 96893. Real quick, hey, Jaji and Rich, this is Mati from Chico. Was hoping you could wish my cousin Maya luck on starting at Chico State yesterday.
Oh, right on.
Love your show. John, Jay, and Rich, I used to take my wife's phone away at nights because she would take Ambien. She would make crazy expensive purchases, like Coach purchases, the kind Kyle buying groceries in her sleep stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to happen one time. I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, why did that come? I must have ordered it while I was sleeping.
At least you're at Walmart shopping. I mean, you're not going to go too crazy. It's going to be a great deal, no matter what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you could buy TVs and stuff on there.
But
These are
they're
such
great deals.
random text messages. John J. Rich, I'm such a catfish, LOL. Every time I put makeup on, my phone doesn't recognize my face.
Wow.
Wow. She needs to redo the facial stand then.
Kyle, put your excess butter in the freezer. It will keep longer.
That's what I do.
Not know you could freeze butter.
Kyle, I no joke have 20 sticks of butter in my freezer. Because of Costco. I go to Costco and buy in bulk.
That's
Just throw them in there.
genius, actually.
Mm-hmm.
John J. and Rich, you guys got to watch the documentary Untold, The Murder of Air McNair. I'm almost was thinking about watching
I watched it.
Oh, you did?
I did.
And?
So I remember when he got murdered. I did not remember who did the murder until I watched the end of the documentary.
Don't spoil it.
I don't
don't
even
know
know
what
it.
you're
I've
talking
never heard
about.
of
I won't spoil it. But he was like the star quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, and he was married at the time, but they found him dead in a girl's apartment, and like she was a server at a restaurant. So pick it up from there. Watch the documentary and watch the investigation.
John J. and Rich, I watched the Lacey Peterson documentary, and I think it's wild that his family still believes he's innocent.
It's
I
crazy.
would love to know what they think happened to Lacey.
That's called denial.
I think they believe the story of the robbery, that the robbers were somehow involved in her disappearance.
Right. And maybe they just feel that way because they feel like they know him and that he wouldn't be capable of it.
I mean,
but
props to them for being loyal to their brother, but
Right.
at the same time, I agree. It's
he
like,
did it.
They're
kind of all the evidence is there.
they're kind of crazy because they don't like have any. They don't talk about Lacey or the baby at all. They just talk about Scott must have not done this.
Yeah.
Like where they kind of dismiss that part of it, which makes me think they're a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs too.
Yeah.
John J. and Rich, I was catching up with the podcast. You were doing a segment about the dumbest thing your significant other said. I was going through the McDonald's drive-thru, and my daughter's mom saw a sign that said, now hiring. So she proceeds to ask the employee, how old do you have to be to work here? And he said, 15 years old. Then she says, how does it work for 17-year-olds? My daughter and I made eye contact. We were so embarrassed. We drove off fast after getting our food. Peyton, I just heard you talking about being positive for mono. 3 years ago, I discovered a lump in the back of my neck. I was getting sick from it at the time. I went through 2 rounds of antibiotics. Wasn't getting better. My doctor finally tested me for mono, and it was positive. I ended up spending too much money on ultrasound on my neck just to find out it was the mono.
Wow. That's probably it. I am going to the ENT today, though. So
Sweet.
we'll hopefully get some real answers, but I think that's probably
Dr.
it. I
Holman,
bet-
you want to see the
Hold
guy?
on. The text isn't over yet. Also, have you ever tried mixing ranch dip and plain Greek yogurt instead of sour cream? I do that all the time. It's a healthier option.
I know it's a healthier option. I got so many messages about that yesterday, and I just don't think I can get myself to put Greek yogurt. I like the unhealthy version. That's why I am the way I am.
Anyway, that's just some fun text messages. So you just text JJR in your message to 96893. I hate to change gears and it's such a sad thing, but what happened to Mariah Carey's mom and sister yesterday? What happened?
I mean, well, she made the announcement over the weekend that her mom and her sister tragically passed away on the same day. It seems as if it wasn't related. I mean, like TMZ, as far as I've seen, I don't know the cause of death of either one of them, but she did say she was super grateful to be able to spend the last week of her mom's life with her. And if you know anything about, like, Mariah Carey had a memoir, and in it she wrote about her strained relationship with her mom, and we all know that she did not really get along with her sister. There's a lot of trauma in the past there. But yeah, so she's got double the heartbreak because no matter what, those people were her family. And so she's dealing with that right now. It's so sad.
That day's going to sit so heavy.
Yeah.
J-Lo and Ben's divorce, why is it getting messy?
Because of all their assets. So we talked about this earlier, that there was no prenup. And originally, it was being reported that the only thing that they had agreed that they would split after the divorce would be their Beverly Hill mansion, which is still for sale and nobody's buying it. And that's apparently not it, because there may be an opportunity for J-Lo to go after Ben's company that he started with Matt Damon, their production company, because he started it while they were married.
Oh.
And so in a marriage without a prenuptial agreement, anything started during the marriage becomes community property.
Right.
And so with all the reports of Ben hanging out with RFK's daughter, there's like rumors that he cheated on J-Lo, although his people are saying he didn't cheat on J-Lo with her, and they're not dating. They're just, they were hanging out as friends.
So she might be like, that story broke? Okay, guess what? I want half that company. Oh, man. It's going to
get messy.
All right, speaking of mansions, what about Kanye?
Kanye had that giant Malibu mansion. You remember seeing the pictures of this gorgeous mansion on the beach that he had just gutted?
Yeah.
It was down to like cement trusses, if you will. And he apparently was going to turn it into a bomb shelter. Bought the thing for about $57.5 million and then just left it open. So there's this huge mansion on Malibu on the beach that was just like just trash.
Like an eyesore.
Yeah. Total eyesore. So there was a real estate company, like a crowdfunding real estate company in California that bought it for $21 million.
Wow. What a steal.
I know.
Then you got to put $100 million into it. Speaking of $100 million, Jason and Travis Kelce
just inked a deal for $100 million for their New Heights podcast.
The Taylor Swift effect, man.
I know.
Because that podcast has been around for a while.
And it wasn't as popular until we started dating Taylor.
Jeez Louise,
yeah, they sold like the distribution rights, ad rights to one of Amazon's companies. And so,
wow.
And didn't I see that he's on more commercials than anybody else in the
127 of them. 127 commercials. You see Jason.
Unbelievable.
You can see Travis Kelce on.
Crazy.
He's making his money. He's got it. I mean, his future wife, hopefully, is a billionaire. You know, he wants to provide for her, so he's hustling.
You know how old Taylor Swift is?
32?
I thought 37. Or is that? That must be him. Then.
Because her son 22 hasn't been out for 15 years.
Noah, how old is Taylor Swift?
He is 34.
34.
Okay, what about Adam Sandler? I keep seeing him all over social media.
Travis Kelce's also 34, by the way.
So where did I get 37 from?
I don't know. But I just Googled it. So we all know Adam Sandler has like his own very unique sense of style. People have started
it's the Adam
copying
Sandler
it.
look.
You were just
like
talking
kids
about that.
are doing this for school spirit days, dressed like Adam Sandler.
Right. So they asked him, like, how do you do it? How do you put these looks together?
Whatever is in the closet, I grab it. I think I got a bunch of the same socks. Underwear is kind of similar, too. I grab it. I don't think about it much. Most people make fun of me in my family, but I keep moving.
That's it.
No, I love it. That's kind of like my dad. He does this whole thing where he dresses ridiculous and he calls it hobo life, and it's pretty much the Adam Sandler look.
Yep.
That's what he does.
I think Adam Sandler sold that from your dad. I feel like your dad was doing that for a long time.
He's been doing that for a long time, for sure, yeah.
Jenna is in the studio. Jenna's kind of like the newest member of the show. She does a lot of our social media and stuff and digital stuff, and she submits things that going on in her life. We decided if we want to bring them up or not. And I thought this was interesting. She says, I'm continuing on with our glow up era. I got my hair done Friday. It was over 7 hours. Now, normally I'd be like, oh my God, but I know Kyle does that. I've been with Kyle.
Yeah.
7 hours. I mean,
she goes,
wild.
The red is gone. Plus, there's something else about her. Do you guys recognize it? Guys, do you recognize it?
It's
guys.
longer.
It's longer. It's 18 inches longer.
18 inches longer.
Does it look longer to you guys?
Yeah.
It does look longer,
Because
yeah.
I didn't catch it at all.
I noticed yesterday. I talked to her about it.
Yeah, it looks cute.
Noticed.
Yeah.
It's the first thing I said to Jenna. Your hair looks cute.
Really?
Yeah.
How short were your hair before?
Well, I had it in a ponytail for like 2 weeks straight because the extensions were falling out of my head a little bit. But
It wasn't a little bit big.
No,
they were
the extensions
hanging.
were out of my head, to be clear.
I feel bad because you're like, you said this on Sunday and you're like, can't wait to show you guys.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's busy.
It looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look
we
great.
switched it up where the red is gone. The red was fun. It was a really good era. I felt like it was very fitting for last year, but now we're more mature.
You're
We're
demure.
I was just going to
You're
say
mindful. Very cute.
Very cutesy, very classy.
But you are Virgo. Is your birthday when?
Friday.
Oh, wow.
John, do you read our studio calendar?
No.
It says Jenna's birthday, right?
I do not. Look at that.
What's your favorite breakfast food? We'll get that for you.
I mean, the hash browns last week were pretty
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
I
Right
won't
on.
lie. But so
Okay.
were the cinnamon rolls. I like all breakfast.
But what are you doing for your birthday and who's taking you?
So last minute, the girlies are going to Vegas, which I know. I never have been as an adult. I went back in college with a frat. That was the only Vegas experience I've had, and I'm ready to make a new one respectfully. So yeah, I'm very excited, but I don't know, I know we have some plans, but I'm just going into it with whatever, seeing what's going to happen.
I love that.
That's the best way to do Vegas. Just don't have a plan. Make sure that you hit the pools, hit all the clubs, but don't have a plan because you're not going to follow it.
Nope, we are certainly not doing that because it's my birthday and then my Virgo bestie's birthday the day after mine.
Oh, awesome. Look out, Vegas. You ever see those memes of those guys going, Vegas ain't ready for us? Right?
That's us. The Virgos are taking over this week.
So where are you staying?
Okay, I don't know too much about Vegas hotels. I didn't book this. I maybe would have booked somewhere else, but the Sahara?
I think that's getting torn down right now.
Is that,
No wonder it was a
is
good
that
deal.
the one that got torn down? Oh, no.
You're going to love that experience.
That's why you got a great
Like
deal.
half construction.
Staying in rubble.
There's no door. That's just like the bed. That's it.
I mean,
was
but
just
be
there.
honest.
I was just there for a basketball tournament, and I remember driving by, and they were tearing down a casino.
Oh.
And that big sign, I thought it was the Sahara. And I said, and the cab driver said they're putting up a baseball stadium.
Oh, I
there.
think that's the Tropicana one.
Oh,
I don't
it is?
think that's
Okay.
the
I
Sahara.
mean, with all due respect, I'm very thankful that my friends have planned this, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is torn down with the deal that we were getting on this one.
But you're not even going to be there, Jenna.
It doesn't matter.
You're going to get 3 hours of sleep a night. All you need to do is shower and do a quick one. Wear
And-
your shower shoes and you'll be fine.
Hopefully there is a shower still in there.
Right?
I mean, they renovated it like 10 years ago, so I could.
Awesome.
It's a legendary hotel. I mean, it's one of, like, you think of the Vegas, there's, the Flamingo, there's the Tropicana, the Sands, the Sahara. Those are
There you
classic.
go.
That's
classic
the
ones.
one with the cat in the front, right?
Couldn't
Like
tell
the
you.
like the Egyptian cat. You know what I'm talking about?
Isn't that the MGM, the big tigers?
No, not the
The lions?
tiger.
Wait, so you have outfits prepared?
I do.
You do have outfits prepared? It's like, how many outfits do you have prepared? And I was thinking maybe you can do so you already know what you're going to wear. I thought maybe you're looking for suggestions, like
Well,
what outfit's better.
I am going to hit them all up probably tonight or Thursday with my mom, see if we can get a couple extra things. But I have 2 birthday dresses that I got and then 1 swim outfit.
All right. Oh, you're ready. You're ready.
That was the big
What is that? What? Jenna's a little hottie. Come on.
She is totally
Join
hottie.
me in celebrating
I just
that.
wasn't expecting that to come out of your mouth.
Are you? You're not turning 21, right?
No, I'm turning 24.
Oh, 24.
Oh, I know.
I don't want to hear that.
Vegas ain't ready for you.
I'm to be 24 again.
So when you went were you 21 when you went last time? So you have been when you're 21?
No, I was like 19 or 20 when I went with the frats.
Listen.
Oh, so you couldn't get anywhere, go
No,
anywhere.
it was like they had like these frat parties in the rooftops of not another not good hotel, respectfully, and it was just a bunch of college kids, and it was gross.
You need to, Peyton, I know, knows her way around Vegas, but back in the day, Kyle, front of the line at every club.
Kyle?
Never paid for anything.
That's
That was
the goal.
Well, yeah. Well, and if you're pretty and you're in Vegas, you do get to cut the line, and
There
you
you
get
go.
invited into all the sections. Like that's just how it goes.
There's
That's
a
the goal.
legendary McDonald's there where you got to go make out in the lobby.
I'll do it. I'll do
That's
it.
what Kyle did.
Under bright fluorescent
Just
lighting.
one time.
Oh my gosh, I'll honor you, Kyle.
The make out McDonald's. Out of all the places, even the people that make, hey, this is McDonald's.
This is the McDonald's.
It was like 1 a.m. What else do you do at McDonald's at 1 in the morning? You make out.
Exactly. I'll do it for you,
All
Kyle.
right, Jenna. So we'll make sure to follow you on social media. I hope you
Yes.
post stuff on John Jay and Rich. We can see it.
Hi. Oh my gosh, I'm good. I'm so excited to be on with you guys.
Well, you're playing for Megan Trainor tickets. Grant, what game we playing?
Oh my goodness, you guys, we are playing the 4-second rule. We're getting crazy with it today. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
basically, the rules of the game, I'm going to give everyone a category, and you have 4 seconds to name 3 things in said category. Now, Alexa, you're probably wondering, what the heck does 4 seconds sound like? Rich? That's 4 seconds. It happens fast. Alexa, are you good with the rules?
Yes, so we have to say 3 things.
Yeah, 3 things as quick as you can.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
Easy does it. We start with John J. Van Ness. John J., are you ready, brother?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Post Malone's Big Country album is sweeping the world.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1 album of all time, I hear. That's what I've heard.
Of all time.
Of all time. John J. Van Ness, with knowing that, in 4 seconds, name 3 artists you wish would put out a country album.
Pink, Taylor Swift, Maroon 5, Smash Mouth, Frank Sinatra.
I love it. You had me at Smash Mouth. Nice job. 1 point. John J., you're on the board.
Might as well be walking on the sun.
Rich Vera, 4-second rule. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, Rich, in 4 seconds, name 3 things you don't want to hear on an airplane.
The plane's going down. We're out of peanuts and we're out of alcohol.
There we go. Nice job on the board. 1 point.
I don't think they serve peanuts on planes anymore.
Well, you don't want to hear that, though.
Yeah.
They're out of peanuts.
I might be wrong on that, though. I don't know.
You
You're
might
right.
be. I feel like I've had them recently on a plane.
I don't know.
Peyton Whitmore, we move over to you. Ben Affleck was spotted yesterday in public wearing a Nirvana t-shirt. Did you see this?
No.
He looks good. He looks fit, thin, good looking. Peyton Whitmore, with that in mind, name 3 bands you constantly see the t-shirts of.
Nirvana, Soundgarden, and Death Row Records.
I'll give it to you. Nice. Very good.
I have a Soundgarden shirt.
Yes, you do. So cool. You do. I'm glad you admit that publicly. Kyle Unfug. The Kelsey brothers were just signed to a $100 million podcasting deal.
Yeah.
Did you see this? Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
Incredible. So, Kyle, with that in mind, name 3 podcasts that actually deserve $100 million.
The Cat Podcast, Grant's Podcast, How to Become a Terrible Person, and Funeral Podcast.
You know what? You got me.
Yeah.
We got a plug in there. I love it. All right. Alexa, are you cool with the rules?
Yes.
All right. Here we go. I told my wife yesterday that I could eat French toast every meal, every day. That's my meal, right? So, Alexa, with that in mind, name 3 foods you could eat for every meal. Go.
Potatoes, rice, and salad.
Got to balance those carbs out with a salad. I get it.
Good effort, but you were not in time, Alexa. I'm sorry. Salad. Miss me with salads. Come on. John Jay, sad news today. Sweeping the world. Did you see Scott Thorson died?
Is that Liberace's guy?
It sure is, dude.
Scott?
So,
How do you know that and you don't know your own address at home? What's
Such
the
a
address
good
here?
point.
What's the address here?
So, in memory of Scott Thorson, who greatly affected the show, John J. Van Ness, in 4 seconds, name 3 famous Scotts.
Scott Peterson, Scott Thorson, and Scott from Austin Powers.
I'll give it to you. 2 points for John J. Very nice. Rich Barra, you saw that crazy Six Flags video?
I did.
That was not cool. That would be a terrifying experience. So, Rich, in 4 seconds, name 3 places you don't want to get stuck.
The airport, the highway, and your mother-in-law's house.
I like it.
your mother-in-law.
I disagree with that.
Ew.
Wow.
Shout out to Jamie. I love my mother-in-law. So
No, I was talking about Jamie.
shots fired. Negative points for Rich. All right. Peyton, are you ready?
Let's go.
Back to Ben Affleck for you. I know you're on the Ben Affleck stuff. Ben and
Am
J-Lo are getting a divorce.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, Peyton, in 4 seconds, name 3 famous divorced couples.
Kim Kardashian and Chris Humphries, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West.
You know what? I'll give it to you. I see where you're going. I like it. I like the energy.
Kim Kardashians.
2 points for Peyton today. Very nice. Kyle Unfug. O.J. Simpson was cremated and made into jewelry. You saw this today? Kyle, in 4 seconds, name 3 things you want to be made into after you die.
Jewelry, a tree, and fertilizer.
Wow.
Fertilizer?
Fertilizer.
Fertilizer.
Or fertilizer, too. I mean, I can do that.
Alexa, are you ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
This one is worth 4 points, so be fast and be ready. I just bought squirt guns to spray my cats when they're misbehaving, like little toy squirt guns.
You're playing assassins at your house with the cats?
Big time. Dude, they hate it. But I'm having a good time. So, Alexa, in 4 seconds, name 3 toys that are still fun as an adult.
Cars, Game Boy,
You know
oh
what?
my God, I have 3 kids. I don't know.
For that energy, you have won the game today. Nice job, Alexa. Fired up.
She doesn't have time for you. She's got three kids.
All right, Alexa, hold on. We'll set you up.